Notice your whole body from head to toes. We first bring our attention into anything that's tight or contracted or painful. And as we bring our attention to it, often it softens. And that's pretty reliable. We bring our attention to the tightness or contraction, and it settles in the body. That's a bit opposite in the mind, in the thoughts in the mind. When we bring our attention to thoughts as we're witnessing the thoughts, and with an intention to notice the space and the silence between thoughts, then the thoughts settle. And we might still find ourselves carried away in a train of thought, but generally the thought stream will get quieter. And when we're not consciously aware of thought, we often find that one thought leads to another, and we get quite uptight or anxious or contracted. So it's very helpful to work with thought mindfully, to witness and observe what is it that's going through your thought stream right now. If you were sitting behind your head, if you were watching the thoughts that come and go, what would you be noticing? And what we usually find is that there are a lot of thoughts about the future, anxiety, worry, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to me? I don't know if I can handle that. There's a lot of thought and worry about the future. And there's also a lot of ruminating about the past. So if we could let go of moving out into the future or back into the past, that would be a lot easier to focus on the stillness between thoughts. As you're watching and observing thought, focus primarily on the stillness and silence between thoughts. That might be for a few seconds, it might be for many seconds, even a few minutes. And you could have a mental sorting process going on. Okay, that's the past. That one's the future. Oh, here's something maybe I need to think about later. I'll make a mental note of that. But almost always it's just random thoughts going through the mind. And right now, our intention is to do a practice and to turn our awareness towards stillness. It's not the time to follow the stream of thoughts. And you might notice the forehead and eyebrows, your eyes, your mouth and jaw. You could have some peripheral vision in terms of relaxing and noticing stillness in nearby parts of the body. But most of our attention is on Really focusing in on the silence or the gap between thoughts. Notice the stillness. Sometimes the mind is compared to a lake or an ocean with a lot of turbulence on the top. And then as we go down, we go deeper and deeper into the layers of the mind. All that's there is stillness. And that moving, that restlessness of the mind, that worry is a long ways up. We let our attention drop down into the stillness of the mind. We can do that directly. And broaden your view to notice the stillness in your body. And that might not be your experience right now. You might be feeling restless or contracted and tight. Stillness might be the last word that you would think to apply to your body. Notice your body as a field of energy in a location. The location is the space your body is occupying. The outside edge of that is your skin. And if there are any painful sensations in that space, notice that they have a location. If you were clenching your teeth, the location would be in the area of your lower head. There's a certain sensation that we associate with that. And then notice the space all around it, and that this sensation is occurring in a location in space. And scan the rest of your body as well. If your neck and shoulders are tight, notice that any neck pain or tightness between your shoulder blades has a location. Part of our sensory system is that we know what the sensations are in our body when we tune into them. We could think of tightness or contraction or pain as a warp in the energy field of the body. There's something that's contracted there. And in our physical body, it might be there are muscles that are pulling on nerves and we have some kind of pain. It could be very habitual. It could be something we've experienced for decades, or it might be something new. And almost always when we soften our muscles, it changes the sensation. And we notice sensations come and go just like thoughts. Some have more shelf life than others, some are more persistent. If we have a heaviness in our heart because of grief or sadness, that's not here all the time. So, in our body, in this field of energy that occupies this space of our body, observe from that perspective. Sensations are here, they come and go. And see if you could be aware more of the stillness that's also here. Continue to notice your body as a field of energy. Notice what it is that's appearing in that field. Notice what comes and goes. And just like we have an intention to focus on the silence between thoughts, we could also have a practice, an intention of noticing the stillness in the body. Even if there's a sensation of restlessness or pain, what is also here? And as you relax and breathe and let go of tension in your body and tightness in the mind, we become more and more aware of this stillness. We could also be watching thoughts in the mind. Not so much that we're interested in the thoughts, it's more that we're interested in what's in between the thoughts and what's underneath the thoughts. If you were to think about watching thoughts as though it's far, far away, Some thoughts feel like that. They don't have a lot of attraction. They come and go through the back of our attention field. We might notice that thoughts come and go within a field of stillness. Thoughts come and go within a field of silence. And as you breathe out, let your body really soften and relax. Notice sensations as something that's happening in a location. Notice the space all around that location. And notice the space where the sensation is. See if you can sense the stillness that's there as well. Put your attention directly on the space. Rest your attention there. And notice that part of your mind might be evaluating your practice. Well, that was kind of disturbing. I wasn't able to settle at all. That was lovely. I could really sense into the stillness even when sensation was here, thoughts were coming and going. Part of our mind always wants to label good practice, bad practice. See if you could let that thinking move to the background if it's here. And a couple more minutes just to settle into the stillness and silence. Bring yourself back as we come to the end of the practice. Notice your experience again. Notice what's here, and then when you're ready, open your eyes. And if you wanted to set an intention, it might be to tune back in just for even half a dozen breaths, many, many, many times during the day. Notice the stillness between thoughts. Notice the body as a field of energy in which sensations come and go. And tune back into this stillness.